Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and as you know, we have been talking for the past several days with our Dairy Festival Queen contestants, and today we are talking with Emmah Palacios,
yes,
who is one of the contestants in the Dairy Festival pageant or coronation. It will ultimately be a coronation, so
yes, sir.
I have to get my terminology right. So, Emmah, tell me about your family.
I have two lovely parents, Lindy and Miguel Palacios. My mom is a home nurse, and she goes see patients at home. And then my dad is a painter at L3. I have two siblings. I have an older sister and a younger sibling.
So your dad works at L3?
Yes, sir.
Good. Very good. And that is a big company. Tell me about your school activities, and I know one particular thing that you're very involved in.
Yes, sir. I am the captain of the Sulphur Spring Blue Blazes coming up this season, and I was involved with FCCLA, and I was head chef in my culinary program.
Oh, head chef.
Yes, sir.
I want to come back to that, but the Blue Blazes, what a great organization, and
yes, sir.
To be captain, that is the top level position, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
A lot of responsibility goes with that.
Oh, yeah. A lot of leadership and a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah. Did you, how do you start in Blue Blazes when you're a freshman, or does it start even earlier than that?
Well, now it's freshman, but usually it was like sophomore year and then going up to senior. But now it's freshman, but you start out as a line member, and then you can try out for junior lieutenant coming your junior year, and then you can try out for captain, co-captain, and all that.
Yeah. Great. So culinary, and we broadcast the Wildcat football games on KSST, and so we're very familiar with the press box, and you all provide the pregame meal and really the meal that goes on throughout the game there in the press box, and you all do a fantastic job.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great program as well.
Yes, sir.
At Sulphur Springs High School. Okay, so. We were talking before the cameras went on and the mics went on. You don't have personally a lot of connection to agriculture, but your family does.
Yes. So my dad and my grandpa actually had beef cows for the long time. And so now my dad has his name on it. So when my grandpa, passes away, he's going to take on it.
I see.
So now they have like a beef, like breeding, selling, and all that.
Mm-hmm. So it being beef cattle, you tell me you don't really have much experience with milking.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So and then your Blue Blazes activities kept you out of the practice on Monday, so you're going to have to kind of go into this thing flying blind a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm going to just hopefully try to milk it up.
What else did you tell me you were going to do?
Watch YouTube videos.
There you go.
Yeah, watch YouTube videos and practice.
Not anything you can't learn from watching YouTube videos.
Yes, sir.
Emmah, what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I want to go to college to go get like my baking degree, and then get a business degree to open my own bakery and do all that.
A baking degree?
Yes.
There's such a thing as a baking degree?
Yes, I think at certain colleges, because I went to visit one in Dallas and they had like a baking degree, and so I think that's probably my route.
Which school in Dallas?
Right now they're changing their name, so I really don't know what it is, but it's like something blue. Okay,
I'm not sure about that, but that sounds great. That's an exciting prospect for you. So also you all did a service project this week?
Yes, sir. Yesterday.
And tell me about that.
It was amazing. I love doing projects like this, but we prepared food, served it out to everyone. It was just a nice, giving back to the community, and I loved that. It was so much fun.
Well, serving food would fall in your category, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Very much so. That was at the dinner bell.
Yes,
I believe. Right. Okay, so if you become Dairy Festival Queen, what do you see as your responsibilities?
My responsibility is to be not role model, but my show represents this program. I represent all the dairy farmers, regular farmers. I represent my county, my community, and just show that love to the dairy community and all that.
And there's a lot of occasions where you would represent yourself as the Dairy Festival Queen for the next year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's quite a responsibility. All right, Emmah Palacios is our guest, and we thank you for sitting down with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Great. I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST. Well, Howdy, as you know, we've been talking for several days with the Dairy Festival Queen contestants.
Yes, sir.
And it is now time to talk to Leila Shepard, who is one of the 8 young ladies vying for the honor this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell me about your family.
So my parents are Sean and Christina Shepard, and my dad is a welder and he hauls gravel and dirt, and my mom works at a bank. And I have 3 brothers. One of them lives in North Dakota, 2 of them live in California.
Wow.
And then I have 2 nephews and 1 niece, and soon I will have a nephew or niece in January. So we don't know yet, but
Well, great.
yes.
That's a complete accounting of your extended families.
Yes, we have a very big, loud, crazy family, but they're I love all of them.
Yeah.
They're my role models, so.
Have you grown up in Sulphur Springs?
No, sir. I grew up in Bakersfield, California.
Really?
So, yes, sir.
When did
So,
you come here?
I moved here at the end of my freshman year, so about 2.5 years ago. So,
Yeah.
yes.
That would be an interesting conversation apart from this, to what you have learned and how Texas has presented itself to you. So tell me about your school activities.
So I'm involved in Key Club, a bunch of FFA stuff. So with FFA, I am on the public relations team. It's a team of 4 of us, and we were able to make it to area, but we didn't make it any further. But we have an amazing team, so hopefully next year we will move up to state. And then I am on the horse judging team, and we made it to state for 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, and then other than that, I'm in powerlifting, and I was on the JV softball team for the 2 years, and then right when I got here, I made the team. So, yes.
Good. Powerlifting.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yes,
but
sir.
That's it.
It's a little bit of a shocker, but yeah.
That's impressive. Great. Key Club does what? Just briefly.
We do a lot of community service stuff. So, like, we went and read books to, like, little kids, and we do, like, Easter egg hunts and just a bunch of, like, stuff that helps out the town.
Yeah, fantastic. So you have, obviously, I think you've already told me this, maybe that was off camera, you have quite a background in agriculture, and you've already mentioned FFA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So outside of school, I ride horses, and I do equestrian riding. I do jumpers. I've grown up around horses since I was 4 years old. So that's like a big thing to me. And then I do have family that do raise cattle, but they don't use it for dairy or the milking. They use it for, sorry, they don't use it for the milking. They use it for
Understood.
meat.
You live on a ranch?
We have some acres, like quite a bit, but we just have our horses on it.
I see.
And so, like growing up with horses, I've always done chores outside, like scooping up horse poop and, cleaning up the backyard after like our dogs and stuff. So that's about all I have for that.
Well, you kind of alluded to the fact that as raising beef cattle, you don't have much experience with the milking.
Sir.
But did you went through the practice on Monday for milking?
Yes, sir. It was pretty easy. It was all fun. I know it was new to all of us, or most of us, and it was definitely a good experience.
How'd you do?
I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
I filled up the bucket and then my cow knocked it over, so didn't look like I did much, but I did quite a bit.
Does that count against you in the competition if the cow kicks over the bucket?
I have no clue.
Let's hope not.
I hope not. I hope my cow doesn't knock it over.
That should not count against you.
Yeah.
And then you all did a service project.
Yes, sir. We did Dinner Bell yesterday. It was so much fun. Me and the Queen Corin were talking about how we want to go back next Wednesday and help out, and it was just so it makes you feel good about yourself when you get to help with the community and stuff like that. So I definitely had a lot of fun.
What are you planning to do when you leave Sulphur Springs High?
I plan on going to college. I'm not exactly sure where yet, but I have been looking at Tarleton.
Yeah.
And I want to major in equine therapy and rehabilitation for horses.
Good.
So. Yes, sir.
And have you thought about, if you become Dairy Festival Queen, what you see as your role and what your responsibilities would be?
I think a role as a queen is just impacting the town. You have a face to the town and you get to represent Hopkins County. Like I said, I'm not from here, and it was all new to me. We don't have Dairy Fest back in California, so I just thought it was so inspiring and very shows how much of a community you guys can be, and it's very, like, it encouraged me to step out of my bubble and try something new.
Sure.
So, yes, I would encourage, like, other girls to do it.
Well, you've been here, what, 3 or 4 years now, so you're one of us now.
Yes, sir.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
All right, great. So Leila Shepard
Yes, sir.
is one of our competitors for Dairy Festival Queen. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST. Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and I think you know that we've been talking with the Hopkins County Dairy Festival Queen contestants over the past few days, and we'll continue to. And right now it's Hattie Thompson sitting down with us. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, tell me about, first of all, your family.
My parents are Jason and Holly Thompson. I am the youngest of 3 children. My brother is the middle. He is Jace Thompson. He is married to his wife, Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
My sister is the oldest. Her name is Story Forsman. She's married to Drew. And they have my nephew, Reed.
Good. And you've lived in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County most of your life?
Yes, all of it.
All of your life?
All of my life.
Sulphur Springs native. And, of course, all but one of the contestants are Sulphur Springs High School students. So tell me about your school activities.
I am this year's varsity cheer captain. I'm really excited about that. I just finished my year as historian for student council, and next year I will be taking the role as president.
Oh.
I'm also in Key Club, HOSA, and then National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society.
Yeah. We have quite a few members in our contestants in Key Club. That's a popular organization.
Yes.
HOSA is what?
It is the Future Healthcare Occupations of America.
Okay. And you are, and we kind of glossed over it quickly, but you are the captain of the cheerleaders coming up this
varsity cheer.
this season. That's a fantastic thing and a great honor for you. So that'll keep you busy.
Very.
Without a doubt. You were telling me that you have a background in agriculture, but more so your family.
Yes. My grandfather actually grew up on a dairy farm. And then my parents used to raise beef cattle, and my other grandfather still does.
Mm-hmm.
I also showed a goat in the Netless show.
When was that?
I think I was in 5th grade.
Oh, okay. It's been a while back,
It's been
but
a
still,
while.
that counts. That's good for sure. So you're coming to the end of your time at Sulphur Springs High, and I'm sure that's kind of a bittersweet thing. But
Yes.
tell me about what you're going to do after high school.
I plan to go to East Texas A&M Commerce, and I want to become a nurse.
Ah. Well, they have a big building over there
Yes.
just for the nursing school.
It's amazing. I've been inside.
So you plan to be a nurse?
Yes.
Registered nurse?
Yes.
Fantastic. And you don't have to go very far for that, do you?
Nope.
That's good.
Just a little bit down the road.
Terrific. And we've touched on your ag experience, which previous to Monday did not include milking cattle, I presume.
I think I milked a cow maybe one time on a field trip or something.
Yeah.
But I had to really learn on Monday.
Right. And how did it go?
It was great. Me and Emmah Boatman, contestant number 1, we did it together, and we did pretty good.
Did you fill up the bucket?
Yeah.
Is that right? Fantastic. So you're not worried about that as far as the actual contest.
No, I'm
comes.
excited for the milking contest.
You'll do well. And the Dinner Bell Service Project was also this past week. How did that go?
That was really amazing. I had never been. I've heard about it, but never been, and it was just really fun to serve the community and just be there.
Yeah.
It was just great to witness everything.
Meet some people you probably have never met before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you become Dairy Festival Queen, how do you see that as? What do you see as the responsibilities? What would be your role for the next year?
I see the Dairy Festival Queen as a role model of our county. She is an ambassador, really a representative, very supportive to the community, and also brings everyone together. And I don't know what we would do without a Dairy Festival Queen.
Well, it's a great tradition here. It certainly is. So So good luck.
Thank you.
Hattie Thompson, our guest, is one of the Dairy Festival contestants, and thanks for sitting down with us.
Of course.
I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST. Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and I think you know that we've been talking with the Hopkins County Dairy Festival Queen contestants for the past several days. And right now we're going to be talking with Abbey Williams.
Hi.
Hi. And Abbey, like everyone except one of the 8 contestants, will be a senior at Sulphur Springs High School. You're a Sulphur Springs native?
Yes.
Grown up your entire life, lived
All my life.
in Sulphur Springs. Fantastic. That's not uncommon. With the Dairy Festival Queen contestants, anyway. Abbey, tell me about your family.
So my mom and dad, Barrett and Nancy Williams. I have an older sister, Aubrey Williams, and my mom stays at home, takes care of me and my sister, and then my dad works at GSC.
Great. And so that's a grocery supply then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Well, so how about school activities? What keeps you busy in school?
I am in cross country and track, band, NHS, Key Club, student council, and I think that's it.
Mercy. Yeah. So cross country.
Yes,
So,
I love it.
Yeah, really. So that's grueling.
I've competed at the state competition twice.
Yeah.
My freshman year, I advanced with the team, and this last year, my junior year, I advanced individually.
Fantastic. How about track?
I have made it to area twice.
And what's your event?
I run the 800, the 2 mile, the mile, sometimes the 4x4, and I think that's it.
So mostly a distance
Yes,
runner
sir.
then. You expect to keep running once you're out of school?
I think so.
I
yes.
think you definitely should. Well, terrific, and then several other things. The band, my God.
I am a percussion section leader with Lucy, one of the other
Yeah.
contestants.
Yeah, she told us about that. I thought it was fairly unusual for girls to be involved in percussion, but I guess that's no longer really so, is it?
Yeah, most of the people on like drumline and front ensemble are girls.
Is that right? Fantastic. That's great. Well, the band, of course, also had a great
Yes.
year, and so all good stuff there. It is true that in the past that a lot of the girls that compete in the Dairy Festival Queen competition have a background in agriculture. Not everyone does. What were you telling me your agricultural connection
Well,
is?
my parents and we like to grow our own fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
We have blackberry bushes, strawberries, peppers, lettuce, tomatoes, all kinds of stuff. And then my great aunt and uncle, Dave and Sheila Funderburk, they grow a lot of stuff too. And they've had cows and horses and a donkey. And I used to go there when I was little.
Sure. So you've been around the growing of fruits and vegetables, at least, but also somewhat
Yes,
cattle. Then, as you've been growing up. Good. What's in your future after you leave Sulphur Springs High School?
I haven't 100% made my decision, but I'm pretty sure I want to go to A&M College Station.
Okay. Any particular? And that's a great place, by the way. Any particular major or?
I'm
area?
still undecided.
Okay. Think you might continue to run?
Yes, but not like on the team. I want to do some of the intramural running.
Well, there's all kinds of opportunities there for that. You went through the milking practice, milking, and then how did that go?
It was very interesting. It was kind of hard at first, but once they like showed us some tips and taught us how to do it, I got the hang of it. Yeah.
And so you had fair amount of success in putting milk in the bucket then.
Yes,
Yeah.
after a little bit. I
think that's something it would definitely take some practice. And you all did your service project at the dinner bell.
That was so fun. I loved serving all the people and seeing like all kinds of different people come through the line that we got to serve.
Yeah. And I'm sure you met some people you probably never had met before.
Definitely.
Good. So, if you become Dairy Festival Queen, that's a year-long obligation. That's not just a one-night thing. You will be called on to represent the Dairy Festival in the county for various things. What do you see as the role and the responsibilities of the Dairy Festival Queen?
I think the role is being like a representative of the community and showing up to all the events and being cheerful and happy to be there and just helping whenever she's called upon.
Good. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And I tell you, it's an impressive group of young ladies. So the competition is definitely very strong. Abbey Williams, thanks for sharing some time with us today.
Thank you.
And I'm John Mark Dempsey, and this is KSST.